Good morning. I am very excited today because I am doing my very first day out of the office. I don't want to fall down the steps. So I am heading into Bristol to speak on a LinkedIn Live with my very, very good friend, Jamie Breese. So Jamie's just been given LinkedIn privileges and I am on the interview panel with Ajith Jayawickrema, who you may know of the founder of, first of all, it was Las Iguanas and now Turtle Bay. So I don't know about you, but when I got a chance to get out over lockdown, I spent a lot of time in Turtle Bay enjoying the eat out to help out. So I cannot wait. I know that he's going to be asking me about it's all about entrepreneurship. So it's about past, present and future. So basically I'm going to be covering how I got started running a business, what's going on at the moment during the pandemic and what my plans are moving forward. We're also talking about books. So I will be talking about my book, Secrets of Successful Sales, and also my favourite book, which I will share with you during the interview. So wish me luck. I'm on my way to Bristol. I have to find a car parking space as well, so it'll be quite interesting. So I will catch you later. So I've arrived in Bristol. Wow, it's such a sort of strange sensation to drive back into big cities again, because I haven't really been in many cities since lockdown. But on a positive note, it's actually the roads are a little bit quieter. I managed to get a parking space. So I'm going to head in to Origin Workspace in Berkeley Square in Bristol, where we're doing the recording, and I will hopefully show you some footage from there on a little time lapse or a little bit of the interviews.
Hi everyone, welcome LinkedIn, and if you're watching on our brand new YouTube channel too, a very big welcome to the first ever episode of The Biz Live. So, who's coming up in the show today? We're going to be welcoming Ajith Jayawickrema, who is the founder of Las Iguanas. He founded the company back in the early 1990s with a £10,000 bank loan and grew it into an iconic business, and of course a restaurant chain of enormous note. And then a few years later he set up Turtle Bay. Don't need to say much more about that, you've probably been to one. It's an international business now. More about Ajith in a bit, but if you have got some questions, pop them in. And also after that we'll be meeting Alison Edgar. She is the entrepreneur's godmother. She is a best-selling business author and she is the real deal. Her black book puts mine to shame. She knows absolutely everybody, and she has been at the forefront of business for years, helping, supporting, mentoring, and is even an advisor to Number 10. Around about 2010, you set up Turtle Bay. So tell us about, let me go back to Las Iguanas. A big challenge for you in Las Iguanas and how you overcame it. How about you could share that with us?
The biggest challenge was having thought about a market segment which no one was aware of. And convincing people around you that you have a good idea is often difficult. And the reason was in early 90s, we haven't heard of nachos, we haven't heard of guacamole, avocados or refried beans or fajitas or Latin music or what have you. So there is a vision in your head where you think, no one's doing this, and I'm sure the public will love this. And then you go along with your fancy business plan and everything else, and often the decision makers are twice your age, and they sort of say, well, no one's going to understand how to say guacamole or avocado. And so all you're getting continually is saying it can't be done, it shouldn't be done. And I think the more, obviously, one of the things you learn is to listen very carefully. But it doesn't mean what you're hearing is always the right advice or the right guidance. And you sort of blindly follow your gut instinct that this will be popular, a combination of lovely Latin American food and lovely music, lovely interior, energetic people should be a winning formula. And you carry on, and that's what happens. I'm sure all entrepreneurs come along, come across this issue where you have a great idea. You think it's great because it's your idea for a start, but a lot of other people think, oh, I'm not entirely sure, because they can't have the leap of imagination They haven't been their own mental journey to wait till you arrive at that point. I'm sure that this is a common theme amongst all innovative, creative products and businesses.
So you've got Las Iguanas you exited in 2015, I think you said. I know you're a straight talker. Dare I ask, and bear in mind you're being beamed across the interweb, and it will be replayed on LinkedIn and on YouTube forevermore, hopefully. Are you able to share what your sort of exit strategy was, or how much you took? I mean, are you comfortable sharing that, or is that sort of off the record?
Well, I didn't take all of the money, obviously, because I had other investors and founders. But the business gets sold for £89 million.
Wow. So, Alison, what can I say but a big welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Jamie. It's an absolute pleasure.
So take us back in time. Okay, tell us a bit about who Alison Egger is. Who was she and what has she become?
So she's the little girl from the top of the hill in Clydebank. So I've kind of stuck to my roots. I'm obviously very Scottish. I left school at 16 because I was later in life diagnosed as dyslexic. So I think that I've always had to work really hard for everything that I've done. And I moved into hospitality. I never, like, the word entrepreneur, literally, hadn't even hit my radar, having a business. Well, that was either for the trades guys or the really posh people with loads of money. People like me didn't have businesses. So I got a job as a hotel receptionist, but that really helped me. And it's interesting, you know, we're talking about entrepreneurial mindset. A lot of people, they kind of struggle, they hold themselves back, don't they? They're frightened, they're quite scared of taking new challenges, doing new things.
That was incredible. So, and it's your contact book, and it is the porridge bowl which keeps overflowing and giving. How have you made so many contacts?
Again, I'm me. So what you see with me, Jamie, you've known me for years. What you see is what you get. There is no other side of it. And I love people. And because I love people and I'm positive, people are positive back to me. And again, it's really interesting because obviously I come from the world of sales, and sometimes people are they're cagey with their connections, aren't they? They're quite, you know, what were you going to do for me? Whereas by me introducing you to the head of marketing at Facebook, what that did was the thousands of people that were at that event learned new things that helped their business and their business be sustainable or make sales or make profit. And that's what the entrepreneur's godmother does. You know, it's somebody that's influential in an organization or a business. And that's why I do it, you know, not to get brownie points, because people don't really know what I do behind the scenes. Obviously, I'm quite vocal in what I do on LinkedIn and on Facebook. You know, I'm climbing mountains, I'm losing weight, I'm doing whatever. But there's a lot of stuff that you don't see behind the scenes. And that's where I get the real, you know, that's what makes me drive and makes me tick. I am now finished recording in Bristol, and I've been with Jamie for the last hour, and you know, it's really interesting to see, because you know, we do sort of Facebook lives, or we do live stuff, but we've never really come from a production background, whereas Jamie and Sarah are ex-BBC, both of them. So the way they produce the shows are just incredible. We're going to have some slip in some of the shots from today. And Ajith, the owner of Turtle Bay Restaurants, well, I'm always a big fan of his anyway, but you know, he was talking about what you need to get through in business at the moment, and how you have to be agile and have to be, you know, really on the ball at the moment. So it was really interesting to hear his point of view on hospitality and in business and how we move forward.